What if I tell you that this 50 euro tool might replace my 500 euros Dyson Airstrait? Today we are going to find out if I overpaid for my Dyson Airstrait, and I mean by a lot, or if this hair tool is a total scam. Let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna test and compare these two hair tools. They are from completely different price point and they are both called Airstrait. So basically both of these tools supposed to straighten your hair from a wet condition. I'm a big fan of a Dyson Airstrait, and if you wanna see my reviews you can watch these videos later. But this tool is relatively new for me. It's from Revlon and it is 50 euros. And it also promises you that you can straighten your hair even from wet state to straight in one step. So 2 in 1. If you are into hair tools and hairstyles and everything about beauty and fashion, grab your coffee, subscribe to my channel, and let's go. My first impression, as I said, I've been using Dyson for a year and a half. So if you want to see any of my first impressions, it is in another videos. So I'm gonna focus on this tool. I went for this Revlon because for 50 euros it promises you basically the same result as Dyson does. Okay, so first impressions. Okay, the Revlon is a bit longer, thickness wise they are more or less the same, and weight wise I actually feel the Dyson is a bit lighter, but to be honest they feel really same. What I really like in this one that they have a pretty usual normal plug, because one of the big downsides of the Dyson is this huge plug. I'm pretty sure this is what allows the tool to be so powerful. Moving on, I'm not gonna lie to you, Dyson does feel more premium, more high quality. The plastic here is really pleasant, high quality plastic, well done. This is metal, it's not plastic, and you have also a lot of metal inside here. You have a little screen here and the buttons. The design, it's really sleek, it's nice to hold in your hand. What about this one for 50 euros? I have to say you feel it's a bit more bulky. You have your settings in here, which is actually fine. I don't think it's really a bad idea. You don't have any screen. Again, I think it's manageable to live without the screen. And basically now it is locked, so in order to unlock it, I need to do this. So here's the tool, and this is where it's really interesting what they did. First of all, you actually have a brush here, and because this tool is not only work with air, it has hot plates in here, and to be honest they do not look like a hot plate. All of this area is your hot plate. As you can see, it is actually not straight, so it's not flat panels you have in your usual straightener. While Dyson does not use any hot plates, you don't have it, it's only air. So this is a very big difference. I get Dyson's point of having as little damage as you can while you're styling your hair. This is why they don't have a hot plate, but I can also sign up for an idea of a mix. I think it sounds really intriguing, and if I can have both the hot plates and the hair dryer in one tool, I'm totally up for that. So in terms of look and feel, I would say yes, I see where I paid my money in Dyson, but I totally see the point of maybe just going for a tool which is 50 euros. After all, I really cannot say that it looks super cheap. No, it looks fine. I think it looks as it is 50 euros, so don't expect too much, but it's also not something very cheap for 10 euros from AliExpress that just falls out in your hand, so I can live with that. Of course, our main tests are not about the feel and how they look. We need to test. I'm testing first of all from the wet hair, because for me personally this is the most important thing. It should make my hair straight, smooth, styled and ready from my wet hair to dry and straight in one step. So this is the goal. I know I probably look crazy now. My hair is wet, so for this comparison I'm not gonna use any products really. I will only go with my heat protector over my hair. I don't want to damage my hair, obviously. What I always do, no matter if I style my hair or not, I'll brush my wet hair. With my texture of hair, if I don't do that, I will not be able to brush my hair when it's dry. So now what we're gonna do, I will straighten this part of my hair with Revlon tool and this part of my hair with Dyson, as I usually do. Let's divide half and half. Of course, the tests are not all about how it looks, how it weighs. It's also about how they perform and how long this tool will work and perform for you. Before I'm gonna use it on my hair, I want to do a little test and see the performance of each of the tools. So for example, imagine you are in the bathroom, you're taking your Dyson Airstrait. All you need to do is just press press one button, you choose the wet, you can choose the high, low, the temperature. This is all. It's ready tool. You can use it straight away. If you put it like that, it's actually gonna turn automatically off if it feels that you're not using it. So let's see what Revlon does. First of all, we need to twist it off, open, easy. You have a hole shot. So I see that this is now on. One thing, I don't think you can do it this way. This tool will be always in this shape. For example, with Dyson, you have this button to close it. So then you can do like this. This is very useful when I just start to style my hair. What I do, I close it and I first just dry my roots before I start to straighten. Here, I don't think you can do that because if you close it, you're not gonna get air anywhere from here. The air comes from here straight, like that. While in Dyson, the only place that hair goes in is from here, from one side. You don't have air from this side, so only this side. It's quite a big difference. So for example, with my hair right now, I cannot just start with my roots and get it, let's say, drier, you know, you can't. But okay, let's see what it actually can do. We got the cold shot and then you actually have three settings, the strength of the fan. Let's see the small one. The second, definitely louder, and the strongest one. Sound-wise, it sounds the same for me, and to be honest, I feel like you're not gonna use the first or second level because why would you? You want your hair to be as dry as possible, right? So you will start with the strongest one. And the big difference here, as I said, it has the hot plates, and for this you have a different setting. You can have a hot plate with a fan, and once you turn the hot plate on, you see the second light appear. And of course, when we're talking about hot plates, you will have to wait until they are hot enough to use. With Dyson, it's always ready, you don't need to wait. Again, I don't think it's really that annoying if you need to wait. Happens part gonna go hot, you can really feel it already. This one also has a fan on, or you can just have very hot plates, which I'm really concerned because they're not straight. Your hair will fall here and around the brush, and I'm not sure if it can be as straight as with straightener. Again, settings is something you probably get used to, make it work, but let's see about the performance and finally straighten my hair because that's dripping on my shirt and everywhere. I will first start with my Dyson because it's faster. I will show you the technique I usually do. So first I want to make it a bit less wet and I do this. My hair now is not dropping anymore, so we can start with straightening. For this video, I will straighten all my hair straight without any curls. Anyways, if you would like to see what other hairstyles you can have or other tricks, I actually did a full video last week, so have a look here. It's a pretty cool one. Okay, let's just start. 2 passes and it's already pretty dry and pretty straight. Let's continue. Guys, I usually always section my hair. I actually don't know why I have not done it right now. I guess I just got a bit too excited. One thing which is important to know about Dyson Airstrait, because the air goes from this side, you might have a little bit of issues to getting too close to your roots. That's why I showed you 2 techniques to do this way. I got used to that. It doesn't bother me really, but just something to know. We're gonna test if Revlon is any better with that, so stay tuned. Here we go, and just little touches on this part. Almost dry, and it is straight, but I want it to be a bit softer, smoother and more sleek, so I will go with the cold shot. It really helps to set your hair and get rid of the frizz. And I feel like if you're happy already with the result, you can also use it just like that, you know? To cool your hair, I feel it's actually today my hair is a bit frizzier than usual. This is the result. It's straight, it's smooth, and I like it. I know this tool, it works. But let's get to the most interesting part and see if this 50 euros really can get you the same result. Also, it actually comes with a glove. I don't think I'm gonna use a glove, but okay. So we're gonna be smarter on this side. I'm gonna section my hair first. So let's start with a lower. I will turn on only fan. I don't want hot plates. My hair is wet. Why would I need hot plates at this point? Now let's turn to the highest fan and see. Okay, first pass, still wet, so let's see it further. We definitely need more passes, but it's fine. One thing I noticed that this brush has already tangled my hair. I'll survive, but it's just a little bit unpleasant. Let's take this part and continue. So far I had 2 passes. 4, 5. Okay, yeah, one thing I think might be an issue. First of all, I'm not a fan of the brush. Get my hair tangled, I will go bald if it's gonna pull all my hairs. One thing which I'm really confused, air flows. It flows like that. So if you put your hair here, the air doesn't pull your hair down and straight. It goes like this all around, which basically gets you all the frizz. So this is, I think, why Dyson Airstrait is good on my hair, because with this one air down floor, my all hair goes down and I get less frizz and less texture. We will continue. So far I'm just a bit puzzled why they did it this way, but let's finish this down part first. And also I felt like this was already straightened, because hot air goes horizontal. I feel like it's just got the wave again. What can I say? With the air, it definitely needs more passes than Dyson Airstrait. Seriously, if I don't rush too much, I can get straight hair with Dyson with only 2 passes. Here, no. What I also see, this part gets hot. Outside is plastic and you hold it, but this one hot. And I mean, I did only not even 1/4 of my hair. Maybe that's why they gave you this to hold it. I'm not sure. And again, more hair on a brush. But this part is basically dry. It's maybe like 10% wet. So what I want to try, I will switch on the fan and a hot plate, and we're gonna see if it helps, can give me the same straight hair. Let's go. It really gets my hair tangles with the brush up here. It's really not pleasant. And as you can see, you actually, hot. Don't put your fingers there. One really big difference with Dyson, the smaller parts of hair you're gonna put, the better it is, the more straight it is. Here you can actually put a lot of hair. You see the difference here is big. I like that you can put a lot of hair there, because I'm a lazy person, obviously. So if it helps me to do it fast, let's put straight away half of it. It's definitely plus, you can put more hair, but I will try to show you on the camera. But as you can see, when it flows all my flyaways out. All the hair which is a bit shorter than this length, it flies it up, which gives you a nightmare of a frizz. Let's even try even crazy and just put all of it, all of this part in here. Yeah, you see, it just flies. Yeah, I wouldn't say I hate it. Because there has a hot plate, you can probably even do a little bit of curl ends, which is basically not possible with Dyson Airstrait. Now, I want to just see the plate. So I switched off the fan, and let's see, I'm really concerned because they are not straight. Let's see if it helps. And you know what? I'm gonna put just again my full hair and just slide. Can we do a curl? I do that. Oh, that's actually quite nice, huh guys? I like it. Of course, when I talk about the health and the damage, this setting is basically complete straightening. It's a hot plate, so expect it to be very hot, and it is damaging your hair. Actually, don't hate the result. If you will have a look, I'll put this part also up, the one I did from Dyson, and I will try to show you the result. This is half done by Dyson and this part by Revlon. What do you think? I actually think they are pretty similar. Revlon, because it's a hot plate and I turn it, so I get a little bit of twist at the ends. I don't do that with Dyson, so you don't have it, but I just leave it. You can also just really straighten your ends. Usually for my hair, that's something which never lasts. Let's say it can exist. Let's say for now, it's pretty similar. Well, except the damage, of course. For us to compare further, I will need to finish this part of my hair, so let's do that. I'm gonna go back to the hot fan, so no plates, of course. The plates are already warm because I just use the straightening options. For if you're gonna use the same technique, so you go with the fan and then fan the plates or just plates, you will have to switch between this a lot. Let's do my fringe. So one pass. Let's continue. One thing which I really don't like is a bit of the smell. I don't know, it's maybe the plastic. It has a little bit of the plastic smell when it works. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, you feel it. And I'm really not a fan about this brush because it constantly gets my hair there, it gets stuck, more hair just falling out of my head. When it comes to the damage to your hair, it's not only about the hot and the heat, it's also about how the tension and how often, how strong you use your brush, how careful you are. Yeah, this is not my favorite thing. Definitely what you can do with this tool, you can go quite close to your roots. It does work really similar to the straightener, and this is where airflow does works better because yes, you can get to the roots and make it dry. With Dyson, when you put it even close to your roots, the air goes from here, so this part of your hair cannot really get air. But to be honest, I don't think it's such a big problem because the tension you are leading, it works, unless you maybe have a very super curly, maybe like African curly hair, then this might be a bit tricky because you will still have the curl here. But unfortunately, I don't have this type of hair, so I cannot really show or prove it to you. Let's continue until this gets dry. I really don't like the brush. Look at that. And it's just from this side. Oh my. Why did they put a brush? Guys, this has a very good potential, but this brush, definitely not for me. Okay, this part is dry. And what do we see, guys? Right? I think this is a clear performance difference because I don't know why, but this lower hair just usually works out always better. But you know, you should focus on the upper one. I didn't do a super sleek job today with Dyson. As you can see, there is some texture, there is the waves. But overall, you still have a straight look. And here, I hate this frizz. This is why I hate my natural hair, because of that. Because the air flows not down, but towards your hair. It pulls all my hair, all my layers up, creating this horrible frizz. In order to avoid this frizz, you can go and use hot plate without a fan. But if you do that, just tell me, why wouldn't you use your straightener after Dyson Airstrait or after your usual hair dryer? Anyway, because it's basically what you do. The only difference is it's tiny bit easier because it's here inside. But to be honest, I don't think that this is the best situation for the straightening of your hair. If you straighten it, just get a straightener. Okay, I don't want to look so crazy, so let's maybe improve this situation with a hot plate. I have to say it probably will work very nice on the fringe. I will try to do the curl. Why you tangling my hair? What if I do it this way? Ooh. Yeah, I mean, this is nice. You can also do it with a straightener. Okay, the fringe, let's figure out this situation. Oh, it tangles it again. Also, I feel it's so easy. Oh, just look at that. I mean, I just have very tangly hair. I'm pretty sure that if you have naturally more straighter hair, heavier hair, it might not bother you as much as me. But to be honest, since my childhood, I really didn't like the brushing of hair part. Also, the surface of this hot plate is so small. I'm not convinced that you should use it as a straightener. Yeah, no, I can't handle it. It struggles my hair so much. It's insane, especially once it gets dry. Oh, it's horrible. Seriously, guys. I have to say, I really love this option to have a little bit of curl. This curl is amazing. I truly like that you can do a fringe like that. We put it to a real test and see if we can do a curl, like a bigger curl. Let's take this part, because with Dyson you cannot do this motion as you can do with a straightener. So let's try this one. You can use the same technique to make waves. Well, I think you can get more of a bigger wave if you want to, and you definitely can work with your ends a little bit more. I will leave it up to you. Let me know which result you prefer. This is a result with Dyson, which costs 500 euros, and this is a result with Revlon for 50 euros. Let me know what you think. My verdict, what can I say? I think I'm still more for Dyson because I feel that this part looks more slicker, smoother and much less frizz. For me, one of the main things is the frizz. Here, it still looks undone, to be honest. I just really don't like the frizz. On the other side, I really like the option in the Revlon that you can actually do your fringe, because what I usually do, my fringe after the Dyson Airstrait, I always put in a roller to have these parts a bit lifted. I love these techniques, it works, but of course if you can do it in one tool, it would be amazing. Also, using wise, I still prefer Dyson. Maybe I got used to it, I get that, but still I feel just a bit more handy tool to manipulate, to go around than basically, yeah, this is what you do all the time. And you saw me that I accidentally touched the plate with my finger, it was really hot. But yeah, just be a bit more careful. I don't think it's a deal breaker. What is a deal breaker for me is this frizz. As you can see here, even with Dyson, my fringe has a little bit of curl because of my natural curly hair. I feel it's just kind of going back. Guys, I have a mirror there, so that's why I'm looking there. Suddenly got more wavy now. Cost 500 euros and 50 euros, a huge difference. If you are 100% not gonna spend 500 euros, for example, you like your straight hair, but you don't do it very often. Let's say you do it, I don't know, once a week, maybe even less. You definitely don't need a Dyson Airstrait. It's really expensive after all. You can opt up for a 50 Revlon one. My biggest regret, disappointment, and why I'm not sure if I will keep it is this brush. I would really love to have this option, if it's possible, I don't know, without this brush. I think this is not the worst tool. It's actually a good combination and a good alternative to a very expensive Dyson. I wouldn't be surprised if this will die faster than Dyson just because it's done a bit better. And guys, there is some things which are overpriced, but there is also things on the market that are expensive for a reason. To be honest, in my opinion, and by the way, this video is not sponsored by Dyson. I bought my Dyson myself. They have no idea who I am. So in my opinion, I would rather invest in one tool, which I did, that gonna last me a very long time, which I use frequently. And for me, for my hair, this is Dyson Airstrait. I really use it after I wash my hair every time. I think this works, it has potential. I just personally hate the brush. So the brush will be really something I would be super cautious, and it would make me not use the tool. I also think that this is longer time-wise than Dyson. Not by much, but Dyson is faster because it's more powerful. Final verdict, I will leave it up to you, and actually let me know what you think. Tell me your opinion in the comments, and if you have any other tools you want me to try, also let me know, because I'm always on the lookout for new tools and how to make my hair routine easier, because let's be honest, I'm not super good at that. I'm not a hairstylist, but I love to make my hair look good every day with as minimal effort as possible. If you loved this video, you found it useful, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like, so I will know that you want me to do more of these hairstyles videos, and I would love to do that, of course. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and see you in my next, I think, fashion video. Bye!